going to go and have a look at the tank down at the bottom that we actually did a video on restoring a while back, because it appears to have developed a leak, and that's enough of a leak to stop it filling up. I want to get to the bottom of that. But yeah, October, as I say, and it's still really quite nice and warm. The nights, of course, are getting longer, the days shorter, leaves are turning as we come into autumn, and things are starting to green up a little bit, which is nice, despite the lack of rainfall. I guess we're getting some dew in the morning. It's just helping things to establish themselves again. Normally we'd be expecting quite a lot of flowers, quite a lot more rain, but it's been funny. Since we've been here, no one season has sort of been predictable. Right, I better get out of this wind and have a look at this tank. I need to come and sweep this out, so I'm just going to open the valve and see whether we can do something about this, because you can see there is water coming in, and by rights this should be a lot fuller. I'm going to turn. There we go. Under here, which you can sort of feel but not see, it seems to be broken up. I did try and put a load of sand down there just to sort of like, as it were, sort of start filling the gaps. What I suspect has happened is that there's been water flowing underneath it. Hello, frog. I think there's been water flowing underneath it, and it's coming out somewhere down here, because of course, as we know, water will find its level. So I'm going to let this drain and then come back and hopefully get some quickset cement in there, but I don't know how successful that is going to be. It's all a little bit of a gamble, I guess. So the matter of the cracks along the bottom here, so those are going to need filling. I've got a good siphon going now. I've got the rock over the intake, because otherwise I'm getting a vortex and it's sucking air into the system. But yeah, that's dumping it right down there. You might be able to hear it running. And I'm just going to see how much water I can get out of here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it all out, to be absolutely honest. Of some quickset cement, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to fill up those cracks now. Just for context, when we first arrived, this is actually what the other tank looked like, and we have made a few efforts to come and sort this one out, but yeah, these willows, they grow really quickly. Right, let's get on with the job. Snake. Look at that. This little slow worm. Isn't that beautiful? Put you to warm up. Amazing colouring. I'm privileged to see these little things around here. Nice and warm on the wood. Okay, let's carry on with this before it goes off, because it is quick set. And it is setting very fast. Actually feel it going off. hopefully this will do the job. Mix up some more in a second. So you can tell I'm more worried about form than, or rather function than aesthetics. Yeah, I did try to get white quickset cement, but they didn't have any. Right, mix up another lot and carry on filling this crack, out of which I shall pull some of the muck, and then hopefully I'll be able to close the valve and it'll fill back up. Look at this beauty. And we have another one here. It just remains to close the valve and get rid of that plastic bag. And with any luck, that might have fixed it. Need to bring the strimmer here fairly urgently without falling into all of this undergrowth. Could do without that. Okay, let's close this off. Dragonfly. Okay, let's go and do something else. Looking at me. Are you? Hello, babies. Yeah. I've got this rather nice chestnut plank, and in the front room I've taken down a wall and we're putting in a pellet stove because that part of the house gets really cold in the winter. But I want to maybe see if I can put this up as a sort of like a lintel, and first of all go de-nail it and give it a bit of a sand and see where we are. Hello, baby. Are you coming to help? You? What you doing? Who are you whipping at? Yeah, this is a P80. I'm just getting all the cement and muck off it and smoothing it out a bit. Obviously we've got some nail holes and what have you, and I will be cutting it down. But yeah, hopefully that'll look quite nice when it's got some oil on it. Okay. Have a nice time in Argentina.
Thank you. Bye.
So that is looking pretty good. I did debate whether I was going to fill up these holes, but I think in keeping with the rest of the house, a little bit of nod to antiquity, we'll keep it as is. Just want to take this keep off. This side's going to be up, and I'll infill it with some lime, and then we'll get these ones. So inside, this is the wall I've taken down, and this is the pellet stove, which doesn't actually currently work, and I'm waiting for a technician to come out to fix it. Anyway, I didn't show it because it was really dusty and really noisy. I just took the door out, took the door frame out, and I cut down and knocked this wall out. I've done a scratch coat, and I'll come back and make that good once I put in the lintel, which is going to hopefully slot in up there. We'll see how it looks. I had a change of mind about that beeswax. I actually came and zipped it off with the sander again, and that was because it was leaving a bit of a white residue, which I wasn't very keen on. So I've swapped it out for linseed oil, and I think it looks rather nice. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments. It won't actually be shiny. I really did load it out because the wood's pretty dry, and I'm going to leave it to sort of suck all that into the grain and come back and give it a final polish. But meanwhile, I'm just going to go and quickly measure the distance that I need to cut it to, or the length I need to cut it to. Right, 136. So I'm just choosing now where I want to cut it. I will get rid of the worst damaged bits, but also wanting to leave a little bit of character in there. So we'll see if we can't get a little bit of this in there as well. A little tip if you are doing carpentry with somebody else, and this is really important, you've got to make sure that you've got exactly the same measuring tapes, because believe it or not, they're not all exactly the same length. And if you are using different ones, you can run into trouble because you'll cut things too short, and it's really difficult to cut things longer. One line marked using the 90 degrees of the saw, so it's got a 45 if you need it. I just need to come and do the same here. Check that I'm still in the right place. Perfect. Just 1 mil. Oh, there we go, I've got a nice friction fit. What I shall do is come and just put a little fillet under here, and of course I've got to finish off this hard tacked bit and fill in these gaps, and job is a good one. There we go. Gonna mix up some mortar, I guess, some plaster.
A few moments later.
And it's installed. Now, this still isn't looking absolutely brilliant. I've got to come over it again. I am no plasterer. This one's looking a little bit better, but still lots of imperfections, so I shall get some filler on it. I'll clean off the powder when it's dry. Luckily, it's quite easy to do. So, that's another little job, almost finished.